All right, hey everybody. We are going to be talking you through how you can kind of create your custom sticker. We're going to do some Photoshop. We're going to get into a little bit of Coreldraw. First of all, what you want to do is find something or create something or whatever you want to do that you want to be on a sticker. The important thing for this assignment as well is that it's a unique shape. It's not just a circle as an outline. Like for me, I have got a circle here as well as the lightning bolts. It can be quite a unique shape, that's fine, but make sure it's not a really simple cut line at the end for the sticker, because you probably won't learn anything about Coreldraw in the end game. So I found a Flash logo. I brought it into Photoshop. And I decided, hey, I want to make a sticker for my daughter. I threw her name on there, did some color changing, etc. And then I've saved it as a JPEG in my File Explorer. So that part you can come up with on your own, making your sticker. Okay, it's saved as a JPEG. Next, what you want to do is open up Coreldraw. And we are going to create, because we want nothing bigger than a 3-inch sticker, we're going to create a new file that is 3 inches by 3 inches. And then you can hit OK. So you have to make sure that your JPEG, once this has been created, your JPEG fits inside of this 3x3 square. So if I drag it in from my File Explorer, so I've got my creation here, my Flash logo, and drag it in. Mine's much too big, so I can resize it to fit inside of that square. You can also use your keyboard to kind of move things around as well, just your arrow keys, and that'll work. Okay, so here's my sticker that I'd like to make. Next, what I need to do is make a cut line for it, because the cut line is going to be the outline around the sticker that will actually be cut. Because right now, if I printed it, I wouldn't be able to peel it off of anything because there's nothing cut around it. So the first thing we're going to do is under this tool here, if you hold down your left mouse button, you can use the Bezier Tool. We want to create some nodes, or the initial idea of the shape that we want to create. Now this will be tricky at first to kind of understand. I'm going to make more nodes than are necessary, but we can adjust it later on. So I'm going to create a node here. Again, we're going to make these curved lines later on. We're going to create a node maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, here. So all of these straight lines that I'm creating can later on be moved. They can be changed to curves. That won't be too much of a problem. So I kind of am putting some nodes here to outline my shape. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. Next, and I'm going to do this quickly. You'd like to do this a little bit more carefully. Next, we want to actually shape what we've created here. So if you go to the tool right here called the Shape tool, so the second one down, right under your Pick tool, there's a Shape tool. You can actually maneuver these lines. So if you click on a node, for example, so these little buttons here, if you click on one, you can actually move it with your keyboard or with your mouse. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is if you click on a line, I'm actually going to right click. If I just click on this line and move it, it's going to move everything. I don't want to do that. If you actually right click on a line that you'd like to make into a curve, because right now there's straight lines, you have to change it to a curve. Then you can grab the middle of the line, and since it's curved now, it'll create that curve. And if you want to get really picky about your shape, so you can see here my cut line is a little bit closer than this distance here. If you click on the node on either end of a curve, you're going to get some handles that you can kind of manipulate. So if I click on this node here, you can see this handle, and I can actually grab that handle and the handle over here and kind of manipulate it to be like a perfect, and you can take your time on this. I'm going to just go pretty quickly to create a perfect curve. If I didn't like what was going on with these nodes, I could click on them, I could move them around a little bit to kind of get an equidistant cut line around my sticker here. I can maybe drag that guy around. So lots of things you can do. Again, I'm going to go pretty quickly. I don't like what's happening here. I like this to be a longer distance. I like it to be very accurate. But you can practice with that. So this guy here, this line, I'd like to convert to a curve. I could make it a little bit rounded. You could also, if you'd want to, play with the handles a little bit. If you click on the node on either side of it, you could get into complete accuracy. This node, I'd like it to be a straight line, right? Because I'd like my daughter to be happy with the finished product. So there we go. In fact, it's not straight at the moment. We can make it. So if we're going to be really picky, you can zoom right in with your mouse. Just use your middle roller and zoom out and kind of move these things around and manipulate your cut line so that your sticker is going to turn out awesome. Okay, so I'll finish this off here pretty quickly. Okay, so this is looking half decent. I'm not terribly proud of the cut line. You should take more time because your sticker will be peeled out along this cut line. I don't like how this isn't straight, etc. But you can take the extra time maneuvering and manipulating your cut line to suit. Now the next important thing is that your cut line needs to be a very specific color and a very specific width in order to tell our printer to cut it. So what we're going to do next, if you haven't yet, is go into Window, and it is under Color Palettes, so Window, Color Palettes, and you're going to open a palette. So in your File Explorer at that moment, in this course, might be different in other courses, you're going to go into the Common Drive, into Computers 8, and find the assignment called Custom Sticker. It might look different than this, but find the assignment called Custom Sticker, and there will be a file in there, probably other ones as well, but there will be a file in there called Roland. And if you click on that and hit Open, what you're going to get, the important thing in Coreldraw, is you're going to get this color right here. If you see this little pink box here, if you hover over it, it says Cut Contour. That pink box with the little white square at the bottom, that is the color that that outline needs to be. So what we want to do, in order to make it that color, go to your Pick tool, select your curve, not your bitmap. So if you don't see this over here, you can actually click on your Object Manager, and you should, bitmap is my actual Natalie, that thing that I created in Photoshop. The curve is my cut line. So what I'd like to do, if you don't see that, you can open up the Object Manager, and if you can't see the Object Manager, you can also go to Windows, Dockers, and click on Object Manager, and you'll see that as a tab over here. But yeah, click on the curve, and then to make it that outline, that specific pink color, you need to right click, not left click, right click on this pink box. It'll become pink. And then the last thing is, it still won't cut it according to our printer. You need to make it exactly hairline. Okay? So now that that's hairline, we've got a hairline cut contour, our printer will know to cut along that line. You won't actually see a pink printed line. Instead, it'll be cut there so you can peel your sticker off. So the next, all you need to do now is save this and hand it in.